Towering stone walls, intricate patterns, a legacy of craftsmanship that defies time. These are the Great Zimbabwe ruins, a UNESCO World Heritage Site and one of Africa's most iconic archaeological treasures. But who built them, and why? Let's unravel the mystery. Located in the southeastern hills of Zimbabwe, these ruins date back to the 11th century. They are strategically perched in a region rich in resources, including fertile lands, gold deposits, and access to water sources, which were integral to the kingdom's prosperity and self-sufficiency. Fertile lands ensured abundant agricultural produce, while the gold deposits provided the kingdom with a valuable resource for trade. The site was not chosen by chance. Its location offered both natural defenses and proximity to major trade routes. The site once served as the heart of a powerful kingdom, acting as a nexus of political authority and economic activity. It controlled extensive trade networks that connected the African interior to the Indian Ocean and beyond, facilitating exchanges of goods such as gold, ivory, and iron for luxury items like glass beads, porcelain, and textiles from distant lands. Its influence stretched far and wide, cementing its status as a vital center of commerce, culture, and diplomacy. The builders of this extraordinary city? The ancestors of the Shona people, whose vision and ingenuity continue to inspire wonder to this day. The Shona, one of Africa's oldest ethnic groups, are renowned for their agricultural skills, artistry, and trade expertise. By the late Iron Age, they had established Great Zimbabwe as the political and economic hub of their kingdom. Their society was structured, with leaders and chiefs overseeing agricultural production, craft specialization, and trade. Farming formed the backbone of their economy, with millet, sorghum, and other crops cultivated to sustain the growing population. Artisans produced intricate pottery, tools, and jewelry, showcasing a deep understanding of design and metallurgy. By combining practicality with artistry, the Shona left behind artifacts that tell stories of both daily life and ceremonial significance. At its peak, Great Zimbabwe housed up to 18,000 people, bustling with life and commerce. It was a thriving urban center where markets bustled, children played, and religious ceremonies added spiritual depth to the community. The sounds of hammers on anvils and voices in trade negotiations filled the air, creating a dynamic cultural and economic environment. Archaeological evidence reveals that Great Zimbabwe thrived on trade. Gold, ivory, and other goods flowed through its walls, exchanged for beads, textiles, and ceramics from as far as China and Persia. Merchants brought treasures that were not only valuable but symbolic of the city's global connections. This global connection highlights the city's importance in medieval trade networks. It also speaks to the ingenuity of the Shona people, who turned their city into a hub for exchange and interaction with the wider world. One of the site's most striking features is the Great Enclosure, a monumental achievement in ancient architecture. Spanning over 250 meters in circumference, the enclosure's towering stone walls, some reaching heights of over 11 meters, were constructed entirely without mortar. This feat demonstrates advanced engineering skills and meticulous planning, with each stone precisely cut and fitted to create stability and longevity. The conical tower within the Great Enclosure adds an air of mystery to its grandeur. Standing at 9 meters tall, the tower's exact purpose remains a subject of scholarly debate. Some suggest it may have served as a granary, symbolizing the abundance and wealth of the kingdom. Others propose that it was a royal emblem, representing the power and authority of the Shona rulers. Still, others believe it held spiritual significance, acting as a monument for rituals or a connection to the divine. Adding to the intrigue is the intricate stonework seen along the walls, including patterns that may have had symbolic or decorative purposes. These elements reveal not just technical expertise, but also a cultural depth that underscores the Shona people's appreciation for both form and function. The Great Enclosure stands as a testament to the ingenuity and artistic vision of its creators, offering a window into the sophisticated society that once thrived within its walls. For centuries, the origins of Great Zimbabwe were shrouded in controversy and clouded by bias. When European colonizers stumbled upon the ruins in the 19th century, They were awestruck by the sophistication of the architecture and the scale of the city. However, rather than attributing this remarkable achievement to the local African people, they refused to believe that indigenous communities could have built such an advanced city. This refusal stemmed from deeply entrenched racial prejudices that sought to undermine African ingenuity and accomplishments. Instead, they concocted elaborate myths, attributing the ruins to distant civilizations such as the Phoenicians, the Queen of Sheba, or even biblical figures. These theories were bolstered by pseudo-archaeological claims and narratives designed to justify colonial occupation by denying the region's historical sovereignty and achievements. It wasn't until the late 20th century that these myths were thoroughly debunked through rigorous archaeological studies, affirming that the Shona people were indeed the architects of Great Zimbabwe, a fact that stands as a powerful testament to Africa's rich cultural and historical legacy. Today, we know better. Through meticulous research, historians and archaeologists have confirmed that the Shona people were the true architects of Great Zimbabwe. Their achievements stand as a testament to the ingenuity and resilience of African civilizations. Life within Great Zimbabwe's walls was vibrant and diverse, reflecting a well-organized and thriving society. Farmers cultivated staple crops like millet and sorghum, which were essential for sustaining the population. They also managed livestock such as cattle, which held economic and cultural significance, serving as both a source of food and a symbol of wealth and status. Craftsmen were at the heart of Great Zimbabwe's bustling economy. They created intricate jewelry, tools, and ornaments using materials like gold, copper, and iron. These artisans demonstrated exceptional skill, with their creations often traded locally and internationally, showcasing the kingdom's craftsmanship to the wider world. Pottery and textile production also flourished, with designs that held both aesthetic and symbolic meanings. The royal court was the epicenter of the city's governance and spirituality. Adorned with symbols of power, it served as the seat of the king, who was not only a political leader, but also a spiritual figure believed to mediate between the people and the divine. The court orchestrated the city's political and religious affairs, organizing ceremonies that unified the community and reinforced the ruler's authority. Daily life was filled with activity and purpose, from bustling markets where goods and stories were exchanged to communal gatherings that strengthened social bonds. The city's residents, from farmers to nobles, contributed to a society that was as dynamic as it was resilient. Efforts to preserve Great Zimbabwe continue today, driven by both local and international initiatives. The site, recognized as a UNESCO World Heritage Site, is not only a window into the past, but also a cornerstone of Zimbabwean identity and a symbol of Africa's enduring cultural legacy. Preservation projects focus on maintaining the structural integrity of the ruins, protecting them from environmental damage, and ensuring that future generations can continue to learn from this incredible historical treasure. For Zimbabweans, Great Zimbabwe is more than just an archaeological site. It is a source of immense national pride, inspiring art, literature, and a sense of unity. The site plays a pivotal role in education, offering students and researchers insights into the ingenuity and resilience of their ancestors. Additionally, local communities benefit from its status as a tourist destination, creating opportunities for employment and cultural exchange. Visitors from around the world are drawn to Great Zimbabwe to marvel at its history, architecture, and the stories it holds. The ruins stand as a testament to the grandeur of an ancient civilization, captivating all who seek to uncover the mysteries of the past. As preservation efforts continue, Great Zimbabwe remains a beacon of Africa's rich heritage and a reminder of the importance of safeguarding historical treasures for generations to come. Great Zimbabwe was not just a center of commerce and politics, it was also steeped in spirituality and symbolism. The towering stone walls, the conical tower, and the carefully designed layout of the city suggest a society deeply connected to its beliefs and rituals. Scholars believe that the spatial arrangement of the ruins reflects cosmological principles, with certain areas designated for sacred rituals and others for communal gatherings. The conical tower, in particular, may have held profound spiritual meaning. Some theories suggest it symbolized fertility and prosperity, while others believe it served as a representation of a connection between the earthly and the divine. Religious leaders likely played a vital role in mediating spiritual practices, ensuring harmony between the people and the natural forces they revered. Artifacts uncovered at the site, including ceremonial objects and figurines, hint at the rituals that once took place within these walls. These practices not only united the community, but also reinforced the cultural identity of the Shona people, embedding a spiritual legacy that resonates even today. The Great Zimbabwe ruins remind us of a rich and complex past, one that deserves to be celebrated and preserved. They're not just stones and stories, they're a legacy, standing tall as a beacon of African heritage.